Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Gunnar Nelson. I just got Gunnar Nelson at minus 155. I believe he's at minus 160 right now. And you feel like at minus money, that's a pretty good deal.
I feel like you're rubbing salt in the wound since I had to lay 160 and you got 155.
Oh, 5 cents.
I'm just kidding. Look, I really like Gunnar Nelson, but what's more interesting than the fact that, hey, I got a 160 and you got it at 155 is that yesterday it was 220. And an unbelievable amount of money is coming in on Ponzinibbio, and everyone I've asked really likes Gunnar Nelson in this fight. He has a lot of advantages in this fight. It looks like a fight set up for Gunnar Nelson to look good in a headlining spot.
And come on, outside of knocking out Gunnar Nelson, how's Ponzinibbio going to win? I don't see him knocking Gunnar out. Gunnar's pretty durable. He's never been knocked out. He's lost one decision and
2 decisions,
no, 2
right?
decisions.
Yeah,
There's
2
only
decisions.
2 losses on his record.
Yeah, Damian Maia and Rick Story, and they both have unbelievable ground games.
And that Rick Story fight, really close fight, split decision. Probably could have went either way.
Yeah, and look, losing in a ground war to Damian Maia, who's a weight class above you, basically, is no shame in that. I mean,
yeah, he defended well too on the ground. He impressed me with his defense.
And look at Ponzinibbio's losses. Lost to Ryan Flair, who's like a poor man's Gunnar Nelson. All he does is a ground guy. So I just don't see it here. I don't see how he wins either. I really like Gunnar in this fight.
Well, Flair got a giant gas tank, too.
Yeah.
Giant gas tank.
I just wonder why all the money came in on Ponzinibbio. I think maybe sometimes people like to bet strikers, people like to bet underdogs, and Ponzinibbio's on a little win streak, although it's against Nordine Talib.
Well, out of my personal pocketbook, I am putting my money on Gunnar Nelson. I don't like taking the favorites. You know, I look for guys who may be slight favorites or underdogs, like Phil called last week, 3-1 dog that came through. Those are my favorite kind of bets. So normally I don't take favorites, but I got him at minus 155. Like Matt said, he opened at minus 220. So at minus 160, you're getting a steal. You're saving 60 cents from where it opened at, and there's some value in that. So me personally, got some money on Gunnar Nelson. You as well, man.
I already do, and I may bet him again. The more I look at the fight, the more I just think it's an overwhelming advantages here for Gunnar Nelson. You know, he has a 94% finish rate. 15 of his 16 wins by finish. 12 submissions, 3 knockouts. I mean, this guy goes in, gets after it, and puts people away.
How many times has the other kid been submitted? Is he susceptible to submission?
Ponzinibbio.
Is he susceptible?
I'm not 100% sure. So I know he lost a decision to Ryan LaFleur. I remember watching that fight. LaFleur kind of just ground him away on the ground. And Lorenz Larkin finished him. Finished Ponzinibbio.
Yes. Yeah.
On the feet.
With strikes.
Yeah, with strikes.
With strikes. So he hasn't been submitted yet, but he doesn't have a ton of fights. And he's never had to face someone with the ground skills that Gunnar Nelson has.
Look, he stepped up twice and fought guys on the fringe bottom of the official rankings, and he lost both times. He's 0-2 against guys who have ever been ranked in the UFC. I mean, Gunnar Nelson has some significant wins here in the UFC, and it feels like he's older because he's been around for a while, but Gunnar Nelson's 28 years old. He's right in his prime.
That's the prime in terms of a fighter. Yeah, 28 to about 33, I'd say. Yeah, money on Gunnar.